Yeah, guard the gate, guard the gate. Yeah, guard the gate. New code, new locks, new rules at the entrance. Used to let the whole world in, now access need credentials. Guard the gate. Same city, same skin, different mental. Peace expensive, I can't let confusion be your rental. Guard the gate. Everybody can't connect no more. Used to lead a dope crack, had my whole mind at war. Guard the gate. Now the energy selective. I ain't become distant, I became protective. Yeah. Everybody got opinions, got positions, got prescriptions. Funny how the loudest mouths ain't got the mileage from the distance. Everybody selling maps, never travel where they sent you. I was busy building roads while they debated what I've been through. Used to answer every text like it was life or death importance. Now my focus worth too much to keep rewarding every nuisance. See, attention is a currency, I finally learned the exchange. Some people only call when they need shelter from the rain. Look, I stopped confusing being needed with being valued. Stopped carrying emotional luggage that wasn't mine to travel. Everybody got a storm, everybody got a chapter, but I can't save your ship if I'm still patching up my raft up. Every trigger ain't a summons, every comment ain't a case. Every argument ain't worthy of a seat at my table space. Used to wrestle every shadow, every rumor, every face. Now I let the silence cook and watch the truth communicate. New code, new locks, new rules at the entrance. Used to let the whole world in, now access new credentials. Same city, same skin, different mental. Peace expensive, I can't let confusion be your rental. My old habits still dialing, but growth got the number now. Used to let distractions move in, they gotta wonder how. Same address, different resident, different furniture. Okay, I pulled up, I looked at it, unfamiliar. Everybody want a reaction, that's the new addiction. Some folks don't want solutions, they just want participation. Misery love company, I stopped renewing membership. Now drama gotta wait outside and fill out an application. My patience got tenure, panic working temporary shifts. Used to carry every burden, now I travel lighter trips. Everybody got a button, I remove the switch. Now they pressing on the panel, wondering why nothing clicks. See, the bait got expensive when I quit biting for free. The noise got real quiet when it stopped getting me. The peace got real loud when I stopped negotiating. With every random thought, they kept exaggerating things. Guard the gate. Guard the gate. Oh, no, that's different. I ain't harder, I'm just harder to access. Yeah, used to leave every door open. Now the value got established. The calmest person in the room usually survives something. Yeah, that's why they move different when the pressures start jumping. Everybody chasing closure, explanations, guarantees. Like they handing out receipts for every mystery. Sometimes the lesson is the lesson. Sometimes the answer is the answer. Sometimes the strongest move available is not the answer. My attention got promoted, need credentials for a mission. Used to lease my piece out monthly, now it's privately positioned. I don't attend every invitation sent from chaos. Some fires burn themselves out when you quit supplying oxygen. The loudest voice in the room, usually always the money. The quiet one collecting interest, wow, everybody running. Funny how that work, the older I get, the less I need to prove. The more selective with the energy I let come through. Guard the gate, new code, new locks, new rules at the entrance. Used to let the whole world in, now access need credentials. Guard the gate, same city, same skin, different mental. It's expensive, I can't let confusion be your rental. Guard the gate, everybody can't connect no more. Used to leave the door cracked, had my own mind at war. Guard the gate, now the energy selective. I ain't become distant, I became protected. Everybody don't deserve a front row seat to your mind. Guard the gate. Guard the gate. Guard the gate. Vacancy. The old me don't live here no more. Used to leave the lights on, now I lock the door. Vacancy. Ain't nobody home for the chaos. The habits got evicted, the excuses got lost. Vacancy. Same face, different frequency. Used to fight myself, now the energy agreeing with me. Vacancy. If the past come knocking late, tell it check the sign outside. Yeah. Vacancy. Used to keep old baggage stacked up in the hallway. Dragging yesterday around like it was mandatory. Funny how we normalize what don't serve us anymore. Call it comfort when it's really just a familiar war. Look, some habits wear disguises, show up looking harmless. Same conversation, different year, same target. Everybody wanna grow till growth start charging rent. Everybody want change to the old self, get offended. I had to tell the mirror, we can't keep doing this. Same promises breaking, different calendar year, it's foolishness. See, I wasn't fighting cravings, I was fighting old agreements, contracts I kept renewing even after I stopped needing them. The future kept calling, I kept sending it to voicemail. So one day I got tired of watching potential grow stale. Vacancy. The old me don't live here no more. Used to leave the lights on, now I lock the door. Vacancy. Ain't nobody home for the chaos. The habits got evicted, the excuses got lost. My old excuses still knocking, I don't answer much. Used to handle spare keys, now they standing in the dust. See, discipline ain't punishment, it's protection with a purpose. The same way seatbelts work. Before you know you need them working. Yeah, everybody got patterns, few people study them. Wonder why the same pain, keep finding ways to visit them. I started paying attention to the things beneath the thing, the reason underneath the reason, what was pulling every string. That's when everything shifted. The problem wasn't the habit was just the symptom. The root was still active. See, that's a jewel, most people miss that connection. You can cut the branch off, the root still plotting resurrection. But my mornings hit different, my body trusts me again. My word got stronger, cause I actually followed through with it. Confidence ain't a fantasy or something you imagine. It's evidence collected from promises becoming action. Now the room feel bigger since I cleaned out the clutter. Funny how the mind breathe better when it ain't carrying another version of itself that it outgrew years ago. Still trying to wear old shoes on a different road. Look. The cravings still visit, they just don't stay overnight. The old thoughts still travel, they just don't get voting rights. The fear still talk, I just lowered its position. Used to sit at the head of the table, now we're somewhere in the kitchen. Everybody talking freedom like it's something you receive. Freedom really looking at a pattern and deciding you can leave. That's the part they never mention. Quiet daily decisions, the small invisible victories that change your whole existence. Now my peace got stronger walls, my focus got sharper vision. My future moved in officially. The old tenant got evicted. Vacancy. The old me don't live here no more. Used to leave the lights on, now I lock the door. Vacancy. Ain't nobody home for the chaos. The habits got evicted, the excuses got lost. Vacancy. Same face, different frequency. Used to fight myself, now the energy agreeing with me. Vacancy. If the past come knocking late, tell her check the sign outside. Yeah. Vacancy. The address never changed. The resident did. Pressure language. I finally learned what it was saying. Used to think it came to break me. Whole time it was explaining. Pressure language. Every setback got an accent. Every closed door had a message. I just wasn't catching. Pressure language. Now I hear it different. Storm hit the roof. I don't translate it as an ending. Pressure language. Everybody feel the way. People ever learn what the pressure trying to say. Used to think resistance meant I took a wrong direction. Funny how the mountain always look impossible from ground level. Everybody want the glow, nobody study electricity. Everybody want the crown, nobody train consistency. Life ain't never hated me, it just stopped giving hints. Started speaking fluent pressure, had to learn it sentence by sentence. Every delay felt personal, every setback felt targeted. Till I realized preparation and punishment ain't the same argument. Woo. That's when the lens changed. Every hard season came carrying information. Every closed door redirected concentration. Every lost trim the fat off expectations. The storm wasn't yelling, it was giving directions. I just couldn't hear it cause frustration kept interrupting. Now I treat every obstacle like encrypted discussion. Pressure language. I finally learned what it was saying. Used to think it came to break me. Whole time it was explaining. Pressure language. Every setback got an accent. Every closed door had a message. I just wasn't catching. Yeah, everybody got advice when the weather feel pleasant. Different story when uncertainty pull up unexpected. See, pressure introduce you to the version underneath. The one that's making decisions when comfort leave the seat. That's a jewel, put that somewhere safe. The pressure don't create character, it reveal what's in place. Love a storm got a vocabulary most folks never study. Soon as life start talking loud, they start running from the subject. I was guilty too, thinking every challenge was a curse. Now I ask different questions before assuming the worst. What's this teaching? What's this building? What's this spreading the way? What's this showing me about the price I'm willing to pay? See, that's growth, not pretending. Everything amazing, just understanding some discomfort come carrying upgrades. Ay, ay, ay. Pressure hit different, I don't speak penny no more. Used to translate every problem into something catastrophic. Now I read the fine print, see the lesson hidden in it. Funny how the same storm look different when you understand its limits. Everybody wants certainty, life ain't selling that package. Sometimes all you get is movement, faith in good habits. Still, the pressure taught me patience, taught me discipline, taught me not to confuse temporary weather with permanent conditions. My focus got stronger cause distractions lost authority. My confidence got heavier cause excuses lost priority. Now when pressure come knocking, I don't automatically brace. Sometimes pressure just arriving to remind you what you can take. Pressure language. I finally learned what it was saying. Used to think it came to break me. Whole time it was explaining. Pressure language. Every setback got an accent. Every closed door had a message. I just wasn't catching. Pressure language. Now I hear it different. Storm hit the roof, I don't translate it as an ending. Pressure language. Everybody feel the way. Few people ever learn what the pressure trying to say. The pressure never changed. The interpretation Pressure language.
All speaking terms.
Yeah. All speaking terms. Yeah. Me and Discipline finally talking now. Used to dodge a call, now we walking it out. All speaking terms. Me and my future ain't strangers. Used to see the vision, now I move like the planner. Different frequency these days. Mind, body, purpose, finally sharing the same page. All speaking terms. Took a minute, took some burns. Funny how life change when you get on speaking terms. Used to want results without respecting the process. Wanted the destination without the mileage on the progress. Funny how that work. Everybody love the harvest. Nobody bragging about the mornings when they wrestling with excuses. See, I had dreams, but my habits spoke a different language. Had goals on the wall while my actions kept changing. That's tension. That's when most people stay trapped. One foot on the gas, other foot pulling it back. Look, the future kept calling, I kept screening the number. Every year making promises, every winter, every summer. Till I got tired of negotiating with potential. Had to make my daily choices match what I claimed was essential. Now the calendar telling the truth, not the captions. The evidence got louder than the aspirations. All speaking terms. Me and Discipline finally talking now. Used to dodge the call, now we walking it out. All speaking terms. Me and my future ain't strangers. Used to see the vision, now I move like a plane. My body stopped, violent complaint. We finally communicating. Started listening when it whispered before it started demonstrating. That's a joy. Most people miss the first warning, the next surprise when the consequences start performing. See, I had this, stop treating tomorrow like a storage unit where I dump every good intention and never go retrieve it. That bar got mileage, used to keep success waiting in the lobby. Now we gotta stand and meet in the mirror. Got less crowded when the mask moved away. My intentions and my actions finally sharing the zip code today. No more introducing myself to a version I outgrew. No more writing checks, my discipline couldn't gas through. Now it's different. The noise don't carry the same weight, the doubts still talk. They just don't get to facilitate. Yeah, fear still got opinions. It just lost voting rights. And comfort still send messages. I leave them already light. Everybody think transformation happen in a breakthrough. Most of it look ordinary till you finally break through. It's the walk, not the speech. The repetition, not the reach. The promises you keep when nobody watching. But you see, me and Discipline and bleed. Now we business partners. Me and patience used to clash. Now we building larger. Me and pressure found respect. Now we understand each other. Me and my future finally lean like sisters and brothers. Funny thing, nothing outside changed overnight. The miracle was getting everything inside to stop fighting. I'm speaking terms. Me and Discipline finally talking now. Used to dodge the call, now we walking it out. All speaking terms, me and my future ain't strangers. Used to see the vision, now I move like the plan. All speaking terms, different frequency these days. Mind, body, purpose, finally sharing the same page. All speaking terms, took a minute, took some burns. Funny how life changed when you get those speaking terms.
I wasn't lacking information.
work show.
The work show. I ain't gotta say much now. Used to talk about the vision. Now the vision talking loud. The work show. Different walk, different pace. Same dream, same goal.
Just a stronger version chasing.
The work show. No announcement, no parade. Just 1,000 small decisions finally getting displayed. The work show. That's the part they can't deny.
When your habits start matching everything you said inside.
Yeah, used to love the idea more than I love the repetition. Wanting championship results from exhibition conditions. Funny how that work, everybody got ambition. To discipline, show up asking for a long-term commitment. See, I was planting seeds, then digging up the roots. Every other week, checking if success was coming through. Impatience had me acting like a microwave farmer, wanting harvest in the spring without surviving through the winter. Look, the game changed when I stopped counting every step. Started trusting what I built, even when results ain't show up yet. Cause every push up know its purpose, every walk know where it's headed, every page know it's a chapter, even if nobody ready. Woo, that's a jewel. Most folks miss that connection. You don't rise on motivation, you fall back on repetition. No.
The work shows. I ain't gotta say much now. Used to talk about the vision. Now the vision talking loud. The work shows. Different walk, different pace. Same dream, same goal. Just a stronger version chasing.
Everybody want confidence. Nobody mention evidence. Confidence ain't magic. It's receipts from your investments. It's the promises you kept when nobody would've known. It's the workouts, the reading, the discipline done alone. See, the mirror started changing after the habits did. Most people watch the fruit, never study how it lived. It's backwards. The roots determine everything. A healthy tree don't panic. Every season ain't blossoming. My future stopped sending warnings. Now we on speaking terms. My body stopped filing complaints.
Now we on speaking terms.
My focus stopped getting rented.
Now we on speaking terms.
Funny how life moves when everything quit arguing. Need to prove a thing. The loudest part of growth usually happen off the screen. Everybody see the outcome, nobody throw their repetitions. The late nights, the recess, the course corrections, the decisions. See, success ain't really loud. It's accumulated whispers. Smart choices stacking up till they finally paint a picture. The old me wanted applause. The new me want progress. The old me chased attention. The new me chase process. Big difference. One disappears when the crowd leaves. One keep paying dividends. Long after people stop clapping. Look, my next move no more than my last announcement. That's why I stay building instead of talking about it.
The work shows. I ain't gotta say much now. Used to talk about the vision. Now the vision talking loud. The work shows. Different walk, different pace. Same dream, same goal. Just a stronger version chasing. The work shows.
No announcement, no parade. Just 1,000 small decisions finally getting displayed.
The work shows. That's the part they can't deny. When your habits start matching everything you said inside. The proof was never hiding. It was under construction.
No longer evidence. No longer evidence. I don't live inside them stories now. Used to wear my failures like a name tag. Different glory now.
No longer evidence.
The old file got archived, same soul, new chapter.
That's how growth survive. No longer evidence.
So memories still visit, they just don't run the house.
No longer evidence.
The lesson stayed, the sentence ran out. Used to bring all mistakes to every new beginning. Yeah, walking the fresh opportunities, already acting sentence. Yeah, funny how that work, carrying goals to the future. Tryna build a new life with outdated blueprints. See, I knew every flaw by name, every scar by location. Every time I drop the ball, every missed destination. Yeah, could recite my losses quicker than my accomplishments. Like somehow all these setbacks was the strongest argument. That's a dangerous place. Using yesterday's weather to predict the day's conditions. Using no pain as proof instead of seeing it as tuition. I was cross-examining growth with outdated information, till I realized the person who made those mistakes no longer worked at this location.
No longer evidence. I don't live inside them stories now. Used to wear my failures like a name tag. Different glory now. No longer evidence.
The old file got archived, same soul, new chapter.
That's how growth survive.
My old mistakes still famous. I'm retired from the road. People meet the current me, still quoting episodes from a season I outgrew 3 transformations ago. Try and introduce me to somebody I don't know. Look, I ain't saying I was perfect, I ain't rewriting history. I'm just done letting no chapters override the whole story. That's a jewel, most people miss that distinction. Growth ain't pretending it ain't happened, it's changing the description. The guilt kept knocking, I stopped handing out spare keys. The chain kept calling, I stopped answering routinely. Your mirror got clearer when I quit collecting verdicts from a jury made of fear that never served a real purpose. Now my confidence moved different.
Not because I'm always right,
cause I survived being wrong.
still improve my life.
Every version of me got me here. Even the ones I never become again. Every wrong turn taught something. Every loss left instructions. Every season paid tuition. Even when I hated the discussion. See, I don't hate who I was, I just don't ask them for directions. Big difference. One keeps you trapped, one keeps you progressing. The old me still show up sometimes in memories and conversations, but they don't get a vote in current operations. My future got louder when my regrets got quieter. My purpose got stronger when self-condemnation got tired. Now when I look back, I don't see a list of mistakes. I see a rough draft, trying to become a masterpiece. No longer evidence. I don't live inside them stories now. Used to wear my failures like a name tag. Different glory now. No longer evidence. The old file got archived, same soul, new chapter.
That's how growth survive. No longer evidence.
Some memories still visit,
They just don't run the house. No longer evidence.
the lessons stay, the sentence ran out. The lessons stay, the sentence ended.
And that's the difference.
And that's the difference.
No longer evidence.
Travel light, had to leave leave some things behind, not because they wasn't real, they just wasn't really mine. Every mile taught me something. Some baggage had memories, some baggage weighed nothing. Travel light. Funny what you find when your hands stop carrying what your spirit outgrew with time. Travel light. That's the secret they don't tell. Some things don't need fixing, some things need farewell.
Yeah, used to pack every opinion like it belonged in my suitcase. Every expectation, every doubt, every old mistake. Funny how we do it, collecting weight like trophies. Then wonder why the journey feel harder than it's supposed to be. Look, I carried old conversations long after they ended. Carried old versions of me long after they exited. Carry fear through opportunities like it paid rent. Carry limits somebody gave me like they came heaven sent. That's a heavy way to travel, trying to reach another level, dragging unfinished battles. The road got smoother when I stopped picking everything up. Some things came to teach a lesson, I become a permanent crutch. See, I thought letting go was losing till I checked the math. Half the things I dropped was slowing down the path.
Travel light, had to leave some things behind, not because they wasn't real, just wasn't really mine. Travel light. Every mile taught me something. Some baggage had memories, some baggage weighed nothing.
Everybody got a backpack, most don't know what's in it. Old fears, old stories, old guilt, old limits. Some folks carrying childhood and the grown decisions. Wonder why they still seeing life through the same conditions. That's a jewel, put it somewhere safe. You can't build a new horizon with yesterday on your shoulders every day. See, the future need room, growth need oxygen, purpose moving easier. When clutter stop blocking it, I stopped trying to save everything. Some bridges was meant to burn, some chapters was meant to close. Some questions don't need a turn. The peace got deeper when I stopped demanding closure. Some doors don't hold explanations, they just teaching exposure. Now I move different,
not because life got easier, I just quit carrying things that wasn't helping me get there. Big difference. The weight ain't always visible. Sometimes it's a belief, sometimes it's a grudge, sometimes it's a version of yourself that no longer fit the future. Look, I learned every goodbye ain't automatically grief. Sometimes it's making room for what's trying to reach you. Sometimes the blessing waiting where the baggage get dropped. Sometimes the next chapter begin the moment resistance stop. My hands got lighter, my vision got farther, my peace got stronger, my purpose got larger. Funny how that worked. The less I tried to hold, the more life trusted me with something worth holding. Travel light, had to leave some things behind, not because they wasn't real, they just wasn't really mine. Travel light, every mile taught me something. Some baggage had memories, some baggage weighed nothing. Travel light, funny what you find when your hands stop carrying what your spirit outgrew with time. Travel light, that's the secret they don't tell. Some things don't need fixing, some things need farewell.
the journey didn't get shorter.
I just stopped bringing everything with me.
looking up at limits. Whole time they was temporary. I just couldn't see the hinges. False feelings. Thought I reached the highest floor till I climbed a little higher, found another level stored. False feelings. Funny what belief can do. Some walls only stand cause you keep giving them truth. False feelings. Woo, that's the lesson in the climb. Half the things I thought was barriers was boundaries in my mind. Yeah. Used to think I hit my limit. Every setback felt official. Every closed door looked permanent. Every obstacle judicial. Funny how that work when filled right in the captions. Everything looked final till perspective starts subtracting. See, I spent years respecting ceilings that wasn't load-bearing. Years negotiating limits that wasn't authorized for sharing. Everybody got a voice. Mine kept speaking in caution. Had me treating possibilities like they required adoption. That's a dangerous habit. Mistaken come from for wisdom. Mistaken hesitation for a well-thought-out decision. Look, the road got wider when I stopped asking permission. The room got bigger when I questioned old conditions. Turns out some ceilings only exist because nobody tested them. Some fears only survive because nobody corrected them. Years looking up at limits. Whole time they was temporary. I just couldn't see the hinges. False ceilings. Thought I reached the highest floor till I climbed a little higher, found another level store. Yeah. Everybody got a number. They think they can't go beyond a dream they call unrealistic, a mountain they won't climb upon. See, mine wasn't ability, mine was expectation. I kept shrinking possibilities to fit familiar situations. That's a jewel, put that somewhere safe. Most people don't get stopped by reality, they get stopped by what they anticipate. The future kept expanding while I kept drawing smaller maps, wondering why life felt crowded inside self-imposed traps. Look, action started exposing what doubt tried concealing. Every step revealed another false ceiling. Funny thing, the higher I climbed, the less impossible looked impossible. The less I needed certainty, the more progress became logical. Not because the road got smooth, because I quit confusing fear with actual proof. Big difference, one is a feeling, one is a fact. One keep you standing still, one help you navigate the map. Everybody want confidence before they take the leap. Confidence usually show up after your feet leave the street. That bar got mileage, used to think I needed guarantees. Now I trust the climb more than I trust my anxiety. See, the ceiling never broke, my perspective did. The world didn't shrink, my vision got bigger, that's what this is. A lot of limits ain't limits, a lot of walls ain't walls, a lot of endings ain't endings. They just invitations to evolve. False ceilings. Spent years looking up at limits. The whole time they was temporary. I just couldn't see the hinges. False ceilings. Thought I reached the highest floor till I climbed a little higher, found another level store. False ceilings. Funny what belief can do. Some walls only stand cause you keep giving them false ceilings. That's the lesson in the climb. Half the things I thought was barriers was boundaries in my mind. Ceiling didn't move, I did. The ceiling didn't move. finally shifted. Used to chase the future, now the future acting different. Arrival notice, I can feel it in my stride. Same road, different traveler inside. Arrival notice, the goals quit looking distant, started looking scheduled. Funny what persistence did. Ain't no finish line in sight. You just looked around one day and realized I arrived. Used to look ahead so much, I forgot to check the mileage. Always focused on the mountain, never noticing the climbing. Funny how that work, you get addicted to the distance. Every goal achieved, get replaced before you can acknowledge it. See, I was so busy becoming, I almost missed the transformation. Too focused on the next step to appreciate the navigation. Every lesson, every setback, every restart, every pivot built something underneath me while I was trying to get it. Woo! That's a jewel. Most folks miss that realization. The future ain't just something you reach, it's something you're creating. Look, I kept waiting for a moment like I'd hear some bell ring. Whole time the evidence was showing up in everyday things. The way I think now, the way I move now, the way I respond, the things I don't do now. Different. Arrival notice, something finally shifted. Used to chase the future, now the future acting different. Arrival notice, I can feel it in my stride. Same road, different traveler inside. The ghost quit looking distant, started looking scheduled. The dream started feeling foreign, started feeling inevitable. See, that's the part nobody mentioned. When the work starts compounding, one day the things you pray for start quietly surrounding. Not all at once, not in some movie scene. More like looking in the mirror and recognizing what you've seen for years inside your imagination. Finally got a body. Funny how consistency keep making miracles look ordinary. Look, my future stopped waving from afar and pulled up. The discipline paid the bill, the patience filled the cup. The pressure wasn't punishment, the pressure was preparation. The delays wasn't rejection, they was construction phases. Now I move with a different kind of gratitude. Not because everything perfect, because I survived what I had to. Big difference, one is fantasy, one is perspective. One disappears with comfort, one survive reflection. See, the version I admire got my voice now. The person I was chasing walk beside me on these roads now. That bar got mileage. Spend years building the bridge. One day I looked down and crossed it. The mountain ain't gone, the journey's still unfolding. But the person carrying the load ain't the same person that started. Look, I thought the rival was a destination, someplace I could touch. Turns out a rival was becoming the person I trust. Something finally shifted. Used to chase the future, now the future acting different. Arrival notice, I can feel it in my stride. Same road, different traveler inside. Arrival notice, the goals quit looking distant, started looking scheduled. Funny what persisted. Arrival notice, ain't no finish line in sight. Just looked around one day and realized I arrived. The destination wasn't a place, it was a version of me. And one day I finally met her. Receipts
know somebody watching how I walk. Before they hear an interview. Receipts. The proof louder than the promises. The life you live daily, tell the truth about your confidence. Receipts. Can't debate what you produce. At some point, every claim gotta introduce the proof. Yeah, used to think influence came from what I said. Funny how life taught me is what you repeatedly did. Everybody got advice, everybody got opinions, but character leave footprints where motivation leaves speeches. Look, I learned that the hard way. Watching people say one thing, they're moving another direction, creating confusion. See the words sounding beautiful, the actions never match. Like trying to build a future with a blueprint full of cracks. That's a jewel. Most people overlook the loudest lesson in the room. Usually ain't verbal, it's observed. It's the habits, it's the standards, it's the choices, it's the way you handle pressure when life remove the voices. See, my daughter don't hear my goals, she watch my schedule. My future don't care what I plan, it watch what I assemble. Big difference, one is intention, one is execution. One creates possibility, the other creates proof. Receipts. Every choice leave fingerprints, every habit write a story. Even when nobody listening. Receipts. That's why I move intentional. Somebody watching how I walk. Before they hear an interview. Everybody wanna inspire, few willing to demonstrate. Everybody want the title, few willing to carry weight. See, I stopped trying to be impressive, started being consistent. Funny how the respect show up when the discipline persistent. The life I wanted for tomorrow, started taking notes from today. The goals quit feeling distant when the habits found their place. People copy what you practice long before what you preach. That's why integrity matter, even when nobody sees. Cause eventually the curtain pulled back, the evidence surfaced. The results introduce themselves without a market in person. Woo, that bar got mileage, I learned not to chase applause. Applause got bad memory, do work, remember all. Now I see it different. Every day is signature. Every choice another line in a living literature. The things I survived became directions for somebody else. The roads I had to learn turned into maps on somebody's shelf. See, I thought I was building a future, whole time I was building examples. Thought I was just surviving, whole time I was leaving samples of resilience, of patience, of discipline, of growth. Showing people transformation don't require perfection to approach. Look, the older I get, the more intentional I become. Not because I'm chasing legacy, because legacy already running. Every action leaves traces, every season leaves clues. At some point your life gon' testify whether you want it to. Every choice leave fingerprints, every habit write a story. Even when nobody listening. Receipts. That's why I move intentional. Somebody watching how I walk. Before they hear an interview. Receipts. The proof louder than the promises. The life you live daily, tell the truth about your confidence. Receipts. Can't debate what you produce. At some point, every claim gotta introduce the proof. Everybody leaves a legacy. Some leave speeches, some leave receipts. Some leave receipts.
Self-trust fund. Yeah. Self-trust fund. Built it dollar by dollar. Every promise that I kept made the balance get larger. Self-trust fund. That's a different kind of wealth when your word and your actions recognize each other well. Yeah. Self-trust fund. I ain't rich from love, I'm rich from showing up. When showing up was tough. Self-trust fund. Funny how I come around. The more I kept my word, the more I trusted myself. Used to overdraft confidence every time life got rough. Talking big on Monday, by Friday, giving up. Funny how that work, you start doubting your potential when your actions stop matching the things that feel essential. See, the trust wasn't missing, it was underfunded. Too many promises made, not enough completed. Everybody won't believe, but belief need receipts. Confidence ain't magic, it's remembering what you keep. Look, every workout I finished made a deposit. Every goal I respected made a deposit. Every time I chose discipline over comfort made a deposit. Now the account look different, cause consistency compounded. Woo! That's a jewel, most people miss the mechanic. Self-esteem ain't self-talk, it's self-evidence accumulated. Self-trust fund. Built it dollar by dollar. Every promise that I kept made the balance get larger. Self-trust fund. That's a different kind of wealth when your word and your actions recognize each other well. Used to borrow motivation like it was somebody else's, waiting for inspiration to come and help me help myself. See, that strategy expensive, cause motivation got mood swings. Discipline pay monthly, whether you feel like it or not. Big difference. One disappear under pressure, one show up with lunch pails ready for whatever. Look, my excuses filed bankruptcy, my distractions lost appeal. My future started trusting me, cause I finally became real. Not perfect, let's be clear. I still miss some shots, still have days where progress moves slower than I want. But now I know one bad day ain't a bad life. One wrong turn ain't a lost road. One setback ain't the whole night. That's maturity. Understanding the distinction without letting temporary feelings hijack the mission. Now my confidence move different. Got roots beneath the surface, not built on compliments or public confirmations. See, people think confidence appear like lightning from the heavens. Nah, confidence got them voices, and everything me leave a record. Every early morning, every uncomfortable choice. Every time I kept my word, even when nobody rejoiced. That's interest. Stacking on the principle. Funny how small decisions turn into something visible. Look, I quit borrowing belief from people with bad credit. Started building my own account. Now the balance got leverage. The version I needed years ago wouldn't recognize me now. Not because I'm somebody different, because I finally followed through now. Self-trust fund. Built it dollar by dollar. Every promise that I kept make the balance get larger. Self-trust fund. That's a different kind of wealth when your word and your actions recognize each other well. Self-trust fund. I ain't rich from love, I'm rich from showing up, and showing up was tough. Self-trust fund. Funny how it come around. The more I kept my word, the more I trusted myself. I didn't inherit this confidence, I funded it, deposit by deposit, promise by promise, day by day. Universal transformer. Same stars above me, different eyes looking. Universal transformer. Same road beneath me, different soul walking. Universal transformer. Every lesson had a purpose looking back, every detour was working. Universal transformer.
transforming, still evolving, still becoming, still learning, still transforming. Used to think transformation looked like fireworks, some dramatic revelation, some overnight conversion. Funny how that worked. Life chose a different method. Small decisions stacking up till they quietly changed direction. See, I thought growth was adding things. Turns out it was removing fear, removing noise, removing what stopped movement. Every chapter had a job, every season had a reason. Even the ones I would've skipped now make sense from this position. Look, got at the gate, cleared the rooms, learned the language, changed the view, built the habits, trusted proof, dropped the baggage, broke the roof. Ooh, that's a journey, not a moment, not a slogan, not a phase. 1,000 ordinary choices made across 1,000 days. Universal transformer.
Same stars above me, different eyes looking.
Universal transformer.
Same road beneath me, different soul walking.
The world stayed the same, my interpretation retired. The mountain never moved, I became a climber. The pressure never changed, I learned how to translate it. The future never hit, I finally became related. And see, I spent years looking outward, searching for a missing piece. Hope, time to transformation, what's happening underneath? Like roots underground before the branches ever show. Like a river changing course before anybody knows. Look, the blessings wasn't late, the timing wasn't broken, the doors wasn't locked, the opportunities wasn't stolen. I was under construction, and construction take time. Funny how that truth get clearer in hindsight. Now I move different, not because I reached perfection, because I stopped measuring progress against impossible expectations. Big difference. One create frustration, one create perspective, one keep moving goalposts, one teach appreciation. See, the person I became wasn't hiding in the future. They was built by every choice, every lesson, every rupture, every comeback, every restart, every bridge I crossed, every dream I protected, every battle I fought. That bar got mileage, I don't need another version to validate this one. I don't need another mountain to appreciate this climb. The miracle wasn't arriving, the miracle was surviving long enough to watch the person inside me come alive. Universal transformer. Same stars above me, different eyes looking. Universal transformer. Same road beneath me, different soul walking. Universal transformer. Every lesson had a purpose. Looking back, every detour was working. Universal transformer. Still evolving, still becoming, still learning, still transforming. I thought I was chasing a better life the whole time. I was becoming a better vessel for it.
The journey continues, still transforming.
Oh, speaking terms. I'm speaking terms. Me and discipline finally talking now. Used to dodge the call, now we walking it out. I'm speaking terms. Me and my future ain't strangers. Used to see the vision, now I move like the plan. I'm speaking terms. Different frequency these days. Mind, body, purpose, finally sharing the same page. I'm speaking terms. Took a minute, took some burns. Funny how life changed when you get on speaking terms. Yeah. Used to want results without respect in the process. Wanted the destination without the mileage on the progress. Funny how that worked. Everybody love the harvest, nobody bragging about the mornings when they wrestling with excuses. See, I had dreams, but my habits spoke a different language. Had goals on the wall while my actions kept changing. That's tension, that's where most people stay trapped. One foot on the gas, other foot pulling it back. The future kept calling, I kept screaming the number. Every year making promises, every winter, every summer, till I got tired of negotiating with potential. Had to make my daily choices match what I claimed was essential. Not the calendar telling the truth, not the captions. The evidence got louder than their aspirations. On speaking terms, being disciplined, finally talking now. Used to dodge the call, now we walking it out. On speaking terms, me and my future ain't strangers. Used to see the vision, now I move like the plan. My body stopped filing complaints. We finally communicating, started listening when it whispered before it started demonstrating. That's a jewel, most people miss the first warning, then act surprised when the consequences start performing. See, I had to stop treating tomorrow like a storage unit, where I dump every good intention and never go retrieve it. That bar got mileage, used to keep success waiting in the lobby, now we got a standing meeting. The mirror got less crowded when the mask moved away. My intentions and my actions finally sharing a zip code today. No more introducing myself to a version I outgrew. No more writing checks my discipline couldn't cash through. Yo, now it's different. The noise don't carry the same weight. The doubts still talk, they just don't get to facilitate. Fear still got opinions, it just lost voting rights. And comfort still send messages. Leave them on red at night. Everybody think transformation happened in a breakthrough. Most of it look ordinary until you finally break through. It's the walk, not the speech, the repetition, not the reach, the promises you keep when nobody watching but you. See, me and discipline had beef, now we business partners. Me and patience used to clash, now we building larger. Me and pressure found respect, now we understand each other. Me and my future finally linked like sisters and brothers. Funny thing, nothing outside changed overnight. The miracle was getting everything inside to stop fighting. On speaking terms, being disciplined, finally talking now. Used to dodge the call, now we walking it out. On speaking terms, me and my future ain't strangers. Used to see the vision, now I move like the plan. On speaking terms, different frequency these days. My body, purpose, finally sharing the same pages. On speaking terms, took a minute, took some burns. Funny how life changed when you get on speaking terms.
I wasn't lacking information.
I wasn't lacking information.